I was through all my teenage years because I couldn't grow any beard. I'm from Mexico. We have no hair at all. I know Europeans, you know, they have these huge beard, and I was real frustrated when I saw my friends from Spain and England and Europe. They could shave every morning, but I couldn't until 2 years ago. And actually, last morning I was shaving, I was standing in front of the mirror, and one thing I noticed is that when I opened my mouth, I could see that my teeth weren't as white as I thought. You know, nowadays everyone wants to have a really nice smile. It's so cool to have white teeth, and we spend tons of money trying to get our teeth white, and that's what I did. I paid quite a bit of amount of money to get white teeth. I had 2 treatments, and now I can say I have whiter teeth than most people in England. And one funny thing though is when I was shaving, I thought, man, I don't have perfect white teeth. I want my teeth to be completely white. I want to have the whitest smile in the whole world. But when I compare it with the shaving foam, then I just realized it doesn't work. And our lives are kind of similar, don't they? We try to be the best people ever. We compare ourselves with our neighbor. I compare myself with my other colleagues at work and my schoolmates. And I think, man, I'm not that bad. I'm a good person. I'm not as bad as they are. I'm pretty white. But when I compare myself with the perfect whiteness, with the perfect person that God says we have to be, I say, man, I'm not as good as I thought. For example, he says to be completely good, we have to be completely obedient to our parents. And when they ask me to go buy stuff to the supermarket, man, I don't want to obey them. Or when my parents tell me to do this or to do that, sometimes I like, oh, I don't want to obey you, I want to do whatever I want to. Or what about being sexually pure? If you want to be a completely good person, you are not supposed to have sex before getting married. Or you're not supposed to watch pornography on the net. And how many times have we had immoral thoughts? Or you see a pretty girl walking by and you start lusting, and all of a sudden you're unfaithful to your spouse, and then we realize we're not as good as we thought. We are not as white as we thought. And I just want to leave you with this thought, because I believe many of you are planning to go to heaven after you die. But if we are not as white, as perfect as God requires us to be, then we cannot go into that place. And we'll be horrible surprised on that day when we compare ourselves with what God says it's a perfect person. And that's pretty bad news, don't they? When you stand before God and you will open your mouth and you'll see that your teeth are not as white as you thought, your heart is not as pure as you thought. What can we do then? If you want to go to heaven, how can you do it? Because we've all messed it up. We've all done bad stuff. We've all talked bad about our friends. We've all covered what other people have. But the most amazing news ever, the message that has changed my life, is that even though God knew that we've done terrible stuff, that our heart is yellow and it's dirty and it's not white, He sent Jesus Christ to live a perfect life. God Himself came to this earth. He never failed. He never got a stain into His heart. He lived so perfectly because He knew that if He messed up, we wouldn't have any hope. He knew that the only way we can make it to heaven is because of what He did on the cross. He gave His life, and He got the authority to whiten our lives. And now we can have a perfect white heart because of what Jesus did on the cross. I know you've heard tons of stories about Jesus, but the reason that He died on the cross is because He wants to forgive you. He wants to give you a white, pure heart. And you have to do 2 things. You have to repent. You have to say, I don't want to do this anymore. If you're being unfaithful, you have to start being faithful to your wife. If you're being disobedient to your parents, you have to start honoring them. If everything you know, you have to repent. If you are honest, if you ask Jesus, forgive me, then He'll do it. He has the power to forgive anything. And you have to put your faith in Him. If you put all your trust, all your confidence, then He will give you a white heart. And you will know that the day that you die, you will be able to get into heaven. You will spend eternity with God. You will enjoy eternity. And then you'll have hope in this earth. Encourage you. Ask Jesus to forgive you. Repent from your sin. Turn from your sin. Turn to God. Make a decision right now.